Students, in this video, I am going to discuss the question answers of Unit 3. There is values and data types, and this is for your class, that is class 10th. Question number 1. What is meant by data type? Name two types of data types. Students, data types are used to identify the type or nature of data a memory location can hold and the associated operations of handling it. Data types are of two types: primitive data types. The second one is non-primitive data type or the reference type. Let me explain it to you. When I say this word or term data type, that simply means I am talking about the nature of the data or the type of the data. Now, when the data type is required, actually Java is a strongly typed language. And we all know that data can always be stored either into a variable or into a constant. So Java specifies that whenever we declare a variable or a constant, first we need to specify the data type of the variable or the constant when we declare it, and then only we can use it. So Java is a strongly typed language. So data types are used to identify the type or the nature of the data a memory location can hold. Means ultimately the data where it is going to be stored, it will be stored in the memory location. Alright, and depending upon the type of the data, different operations can be performed upon that data. And the types specified: primitive data type and the non-primitive data type or the reference type. So here class, primitive data types we have got int, char, float, double, boolean. Integer family has got some other data types also, that is int, char, byte, short, long. Non-primitive data type or the reference types, we have got the class, array. I hope everybody has understood it clearly. Question number 2. Why is it necessary to define data type in the Java programming? As in the previous question I have explained, data type simply means the type of data or nature of data. So data type tells Java how much memory it should reserve for storing the value, because every data type has an associated amount of memory with it. So this is also specified through the data type, and that takes place in the background. Once I declare a variable or a constant of a particular type, so it also specifies that how much memory will be occupied by this variable or a constant. Data type determines the what type of data a variable can hold. Data types also help in preventing errors, as the compiler can check and flag illegal operations at compile time itself. So that way data type is very important, because Java is a strongly typed language. If any variable which is of a specific type and we try to assign or provide a different type of value to that variable, automatically it's going to become an error. So that is why I've written here that compiler can check and flag illegal operations at the compile time itself. Now question number 3. Define the following with an example. Variable. A variable is a named memory location. Now from where it gets its name, it is given by the programmer. Variable stores a value of a particular data type. This name of the variable is used in the program to refer to the stored value. Value of a variable can be changed, because its name suggests variable, right? During the program execution, when the program is being executed, if any statement has got a different value than its previous one, so it will be accepted, because it is a variable, not a constant. And that is why it is called a variable, because its value may vary. Now example, int math score equal to 95 semicolon. So math score is a variable of type int and its value is 95 right now. Now constant. Constant is a named memory location. Again, just like variable, a name is given by the programmer that is also similar to the variable. It stores the value of the specific data type that is also similar to the variable. This value can be changed during the program execution. No, it is not a variable. So you will write this value cannot be changed during the program execution. That is the only difference between the variable and the constant. When it comes to syntax, to declare a variable, we just need a data type and the variable name, but in a constant declaration, we need to specify first keyword final. So the keyword final in small letters it is, please notice, before a variable declaration makes it a constant. So it is just similar to the variable. The difference is that I need to specify final keyword, then the data type, and then the name of the constant. So it becomes a constant. Its value cannot be changed. Its value can't be changed in the program. Please ignore this ampersand APOS. That is something else. So just ignore that. Just write its value can't be changed in the program or during the program execution. That's important. Now declaration, final keyword, variable name is there. This is days in a week, and in between final and name of the constant there is int. So statement is final int days in a week, assignment operator 7 semicolon. Next is a boolean data type is used to store one of the two boolean values, true or false. The size of the boolean data type is 8 bits or 1 byte. Example, boolean btest equal to false. So this is a very unique data type, and its variable can have either true or false, and that too in the small letters. No double quotes, no single quotes will be used with the boolean literal. After the boolean, now we have got a term quotient. So in a mixed type of expression, the process of promoting a data type into its higher most data type available in the expression without any intervention by the user is known as the quotient. Example, byte b equal to 42, then int I equal to 50,000. Now the double result equal to b plus I. So you can see b is of byte type and I is of int type, and the result means of addition of these two variables is going to be assigned to another variable. Its name is result. So that will have the value double. Why? Because when we compare the byte int and the double is the highest type among all these given type. So finally the sum of b and I will be of type int, but when it will be assigned to the result variable, it will be promoted to the double type, that is the higher type. So this is what we call quotient. After that, primitive data type. Primitive data types are the basics or the fundamental data types used to declare a variable or a constant. Let me correct it here. Example of primitive data type in Java are byte, short, int, long, float, double, char, and boolean. Non-primitive data type. A non-primitive data type is the one that is derived from the primitive data type. A number of primitive data types are used together to represent a non-primitive data type. Example of non-primitive data types in Java are class and the array. What is token? Name different types of tokens. Very important question. Like in your body, the smallest unit is cell. Similarly, in the Java program, the smallest unit is a token. So you will write a token is the smallest individual unit of a Java program. Different types of tokens in Java are as follows. First is identifier, second is literal, third is operator, fourth is separator, fifth is keyword. Question number 5. Explain the term typecasting. The process of converting one predefined type of data into another data type is called typecasting. It's a very simple thing. Different types of data in Java. If I want to change one type of data to the other, so that will be called the typecasting. It is basically the type conversion of one type of data to the other type. Now assign the following to a variable with suitable data type. So here m equal to 22 upon 7, so definitely it will be assigned to the double type because it is a fraction. But we need to be careful that I have to write 22.0 divided by 7.0 because we need to convert these values, numerator and denominator, to the double type. That's important. Otherwise it will be having, means double will have the value 0.0 because the data needs to be because when the result is of means numerator and denominator of int type, so in that case result will also be int type, and that way double will hold the whole number, not the fractional part. So it's important to have 22.0 and 7.0. Then p equal to 1.414135, value of square root of 2, double p equal to 1.414135, because that's definitely very clear that it is there is a decimal, so double is a suitable type. Now k equal to 0.0000, means 4 zeros are there, 4545. Double k equal to 0.00004545 semicolon. So this value is assigned to a variable k, and that's its type will be double again. Now n has got the value in the d part, n has the value 24.50. So if I want to assign it to a float, I will put f with the 24.50, and then it will be assigned to a float type of variable n. Otherwise we can write double n equal to 24.50 also, that is correct, but without any f. Similarly n, I hope it's clear to you all. Thank you, students.